think this is much of a win condition for them. It's going to be quite difficult.
He hops in to steal.
Get over here!
Welcome to the LCC, where casual League players just like you compete against each other for the League Community Cup. And for today's matchup we have Gets on Base versus Matt's alt accounts, Game 2.
As we get ready for the draft, I've pulled in a third caster here for us. So
Hey,
Whisper is going to join us. Whisper, say hello.
hello, I am Whisper.
Yeah.
I played for League of Liquor, you know, team that's gonna go number 1.
I like it. We're getting into.
Ready? That first game was crazy.
Yeah, man.
It was wild.
Yeah, we're getting into picks and bans here, and the exact same bans for Matt's alt accounts coming out. Gets on Base has changed theirs. They've left up their first one, which was Zach, I believe. No, the Tom Kench, and so they've banned out Lux, and then Matt's alt account. So Empro is gonna pick up the Viego. Yeah, interesting here. So Viego in both games.
Yep, definitely committed to this, to these choices. I think maybe they're considering that it was these early mistakes, and Lux was the issue. Fiat absolutely looking dominant in that last game, putting up a massive scoreline. I think most kills on the team by quite a bit, for Matt's alt accounts.
And they're gonna pick away the Caitlyn here on rotation. So that both teams picking away characters from each other. Caitlyn Nautilus, Drew's gonna get to play another Nautilus game. Hopefully, a couple of the hooks, are a little bit cleaner this game. Hopefully, we see a longer lane phase because lane was over at like 8 minutes.
I think it might be again. They thought they had a bad time into the Caitlyn Lux. I think the Ash Seraphine is worse, and I think they're about to find out.
Yeah,
but I do like the draft iteration coming out from Gets on Base. They banned away the Lux and then taken away the Caitlyn. And I really like that. Trying to make adjustments to find what works for them here.
I've talked to Josh, and he's practiced this, or R-Sexy, sorry. Yep. And he's practiced this Ash Seraphine duo, and the perma slow Ash autos plus the W just gives like guaranteed roots on the Seraphine. What is it, her W also, or E? And it's just so much CC. It's gonna be hard, I think. And the way they Gets on Base handled that lane phase last time, I don't know. It might be rough for them again.
Yeah, I mean, I think with Nautilus we could see another like spicy level 1 as well. I mean, we could see them literally do exactly what happened last game as we get into it. But Udyr is selected, and then the bans coming through. Fiora again, Aurelion Sol, and Set is the changeup. This time it was Aesol and Pantheon last time. So the Katarina. So keeping it the same. Matt's alt accounts, all 5 bans the exact same. And Gets on Base is the one that they have to iterate. Matt's alt accounts, they don't really have to change too much. What they did in game 1 works pretty well.
Yeah, deciding they're not worried about the Pantheon, looking for the Set ban this time onto the top side, trying to pinch that pool as they get into the second round of picks. We see Kennen coming back around again. We didn't see the Ornn ban. We're concerned about the Set. I wonder if we'll see Ornn come back around for Matt's alt accounts. We will.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting because that's counter picking yourself, but it is playing to the team comp. So clearly an identity that Matt's alt accounts have come here. Duck understands his job. He knows what he's got to do. And Diana actually is the pick here. So Annie up on the table, but not chosen, and Diana picked up instead.
I gotta say, I think the Diana makes sense for Red's playstyle. It feels like a Pantheon kind of pickup.
Also a pretty brutal team fight. Ornn ultimate, Diana ultimate, Ash Seraphine ultimates all over top. Like, that sounds like you're never gonna move and you're gonna die really fast.
Diana could have trouble coming into the Kennen if they fight over Void Grubs early on, though. As we see Hui picked up to round up the composition for Riz for Gets on Base. We see an Udyr for clone.
What I'm hoping to see in this is if R-Sexy and Thea get a lead in the bot lane, is instead of rotating mid, having them rotate top to take away the Kinnan advantage and keep the Kinnan from being strong, because like they didn't do that last game. They just went mid, and obviously I think they're playing for the Kinnan to kind of carry for gets on base. And I think if the bot lane for Matt's alt account gets ahead, they can go top, get the Ornn away from him, allow the Ornn to scale up, and then the 2v1 plus the range on range matchup makes it way harder for Kinnan to snowball.
Getting all the most looks, but why do we keep them in the league? Because they get on base.
Yeah, very true.
That's right. I'd have to say that I'm thinking Matt's alt account also is going to take this. It's going to be really difficult, but you know, there's always that chance. People make mistakes, and they might be able to capitalize on it. But I think it's going to go MAA.
So we just see a defensive setup coming in from Gets on Base and Matt's alt accounts. No team wanting to risk after what they saw happen last game. Just going to play this one safe, especially with the Ash Seraphine, as opposed to their more powerful Lux Caitlyn.
So the clone Udyr with Ghost. That's an interesting one to me. Are Sexy going for Ghost as well on Ash? Exhaust versus
off the back
Ignite?
of a lot of bans.
Yep.
Onto the jungles lineup.
Yeah, definitely targeting out the substitution in this game.
Yeah. Which clone known to be a proficient jungler, but currently it's slotted in the mid lane and replacing their jungler Boxy, so that Riz could fill in as their substitute. Clone definitely getting pinched, and I think that could be a strong strategy. You know, target the weakest link, as it were, and not to say that Clone is the weakest link, but they are definitely going to be less practice on jungle compared to the role that they signed up for. One would have to assume.
Yep. The poll coming in at a dead tie, 4-4 on for both. So yeah, who really knows? Hui into Diana. Jason, talk to me about this matchup. Do you know much?
I think Hui into Diana, I'm looking to just poke out the Diana as much as possible. Diana's only real option is to throw Qs at you, so moving away from those, it should be a relatively safe lane for Hui. Until ganks come through, should be able to keep yourself at a distance, stay safe. I'm curious to see if Choffles can pull out their same level of pressure that they did last game, building up a large wave for themselves, pushing Ducks away, as we see Mr. Sexy and Fia pushing the bot lane to the opposite effect. Ganja picking up the CS.
Yeah.
Everything looking relatively even right now, except for the mid lane, where we see a 5 CS lead from Riz early on. Definitely to be expected
Drew
to an extent in a melee matchup.
But it misses, and Ganja and Drew are already more stable in game 2 than they were in game 1. Ganja really nicely trading with the crit autos onto our Sexy, and so actually winning that trade. And Drew is going to look for a hook here. It lands, and the root comes through onto Dorothy, but Ganja is putting all the damage down. The exhaust comes out, flash out, but it's not going to be enough, and first blood goes over to our Sexy. Meanwhile, Drew, now too far forward, might be flashing out as well, but they end up just getting away with a root, and so already the first blood going over to Matt's alt accounts and our Sexy.
As you mentioned, looking much more stable, but deciding to engage onto Dorothy after our Sexy took all the damage. Drew a little bit too far out for Ganja Green to easily follow up. They turn onto Ganja and burst them down. Need to see
fight for the Scuttle Crab. Clone Emperor's here. Choffles is wanting to punish, so a bit of damage landing, but Emperor's just going to get out. And Reds is awesome. Definitely has the advantage here onto Hui. It's different than how it was in game 1. Game 1, Riz was pushing in Reds, and here in game 2, the Diana with an early push.
I'm still seeing a CS lead available for Riz. I am Clone taking out the secondary Scuttle. May fight out with Emperor. Emperor will smite it away.
Yeah, nice little smite steal.
Yeah, well played from Emperor. As we see a kill come mid onto Riz.
That's
who needs CS
kill
when you're going to kill him straight out with the solo bolo? Red's awesome. Let me back up a little bit.
I backed up once as well.
Yeah,
and there's the play.
Double E.
Yep. Honestly, not even close. Got him. Tanner, let me see if I can get this for you.
I mentioned
I got
should
it,
be
yeah.
able to keep
Okay.
yourself safe far enough away, but difficult in that case.
Okay, I feel like this is going slow. Like I'm nervous about this going the exact same way that game one went. Already leads in some of their lanes are sexy with an early kill. Looking to scale up. The CS is pretty even actually here between Ganja and our sexy, but it looks
Empro
like
looking
Empro is
to
here
engage on a
sneaking
Ganja
in.
being three
Drew is
caught out.
definitely too far out, so the stun is gonna land,
But
but
great
buffered
hook
with the
buffer.
hook. And
Amazing hook.
yeah, what an escape. And now
Well, I
our
was looking
sexy
for-
could be in trouble. The
Oh,
hook
hook down
lands
on
onto
Empro.
Empro, and Empro has to flash out here. It's a 3v3 bot side, and gets on base is turning this,
Oh.
but an amazing root, triple root from Fia, and our sexy flashes out, trying to turn damage. Drew is in trouble here, and the kill goes over. Matt's ult accounts picks up one, but Clone and Ganja turn it for gets on base. Our sexy and Fia fighting it back out, but a kill and a shutdown as Wave comes in. Fia flashes forward, but Ganja's able to get out, and Riz on a great roam. I didn't even realize,
What a
but Reds
fight.
didn't roam.
Phenomenal roam down from Riz to help make this play work out and gets on base's favor. You love to see it. Drew with a great escape and then the re-engage from I Am Clone. They go deep. Fia, as you mentioned, amazing snare on the 3, but they continue the fight and gets on base, comes out on top this time around.
Riz stops the triple kill going to our sexy there with the roam. That could have been really bad.
Yep, it was a really good roam and really important to get back on the board here for gets on base. Now stabilizing, and they continue to have this massive top lane advantage. I'm sure Duck will pick up some of this CS, but it's currently a 20 CS lead before this wave. So Chaffle's resetting here, and level 6 with teleport could look to ult in. Meanwhile, Matt's ult accounts taking advantage of their strong bot side, going for this dragon take. And let's see if there's anything they can do. It looks like Clone is deciding to just see Dragon and take the early, early Void Grub. So trading of objectives here across the map.
I liked to see Chaffles extend this CS lead. In game 1, even though he was in the range matchup, he did not have that big of a CS lead, if any.
He was 20 CS up. It was just that he moved to some fights and was unable to push his advantage further. I was disappointed in game 1 to not see Clone roam up for some dives. Maybe just a lack of practice together due to the role swap. But there were some significant opportunities.
Reds engages,
to dive
ultimate
on.
goes down onto Riz, and the Ignite comes through, but he lands the counter ulti, and Clone is here, so the flash out from Reds, there's nothing he can do now as Clone shows up, and they turn it. So they engage from Reds and Matt's ult accounts, but it's an overstep, and gets on base. Finally, when they're not down so much gold, they get the play turned around. A great play from Gets
well
on
played
base.
from them. An engaged bot lane from Arsexy and Fia will only find some poke down on Drew. Empro looking to wrap around behind. As you mentioned, just phenomenal. This is a great turnaround from game 1. We see Gets on base within 100 gold of Matt's ult accounts. Chaffle's still pushing their advantage top, trying to make this bounce back off the tower stick as hard as possible. Clone on the top side, they have traded Dragon for Grubs. We have a bit of time here before anything else will likely shake out. Where do you think we're going to see the action again next?
I mean, I think that Gets on base needs to go mid because they know that this Diana has no flash, and they need to be spamming gold into this way as our Sexy and Dorothy push forward Matt's ult accounts, and that beautiful double root followed up by the arrow from our Sexy. He picks up one kill, Drew tries to get up, but it's a double kill, and they just continue to dominate the 2v2 bot side.
Yeah, they absolutely pushed that pressure from that level 6 on Ashe. Able to engage immediately and chase down with their double slows and finish it with the arrow.
Just
And
so
you know
scaling here,
the top- You know the top and mid laners for Gets on base are feeling that pressure from the bot lane already.
Yeah, for
Yep,
sure.
they have yet to leave the lane, but are definitely making themselves heard.
I mean, Chaffles is 2 levels up here,
4
now
kills
just
in
a
the
level,
bot
but
lane
Duck
for-
just ticking over, so it's more than a full level topside lead here, and
You see
he's
I see a fight go
pushing.
down.
Yeah, Clone and Empro are both topside. Anything could happen here as the engage comes through, but Chaffles tries to turn, and Clone shows up from out of the blue. Duck is there, but the flash forward from Chaffles to kill secure, and they win the 2v2 topside. So Gets on base with a nice play. you know, trying to counteract what's happening in the bot side. It's only a 400k gold lead. If we take a look at the individual players, though, are Sexy with a 1400 gold lead in the bot side. Meanwhile, top side, it's about 900.
Yeah, but it's not quite even, but great to see them make a proactive use of the BC7 engaged mid lane.
Yep,
Riz
Red's
being,
again onto
engaged on.
Riz. Riz lands the fear. Oh my gosh, so much damage coming out from this recurve bow Sork boots. Diana. Not even on a finished item.
Emperor will limp away from Choffles, able to withstand the pressure and hold the lane for Duck.
Their clone now having to cover, and Red still no flash, but should get out of this. Bot side again, are Sexy and Dorothy just dominating for Matt's alt accounts, and Ganja and Drew are doing a lot better. They're stabilizing in comparison to game 1, but this is still a lose condition. And now Clone is here. Our Sexy is caught out, so all of the engage is going to go down. A lot of CC. Our Sexy could be in a lot of trouble. He flashes upwards to try and get out.
Riz roam over here,
and he's on the hunt. Will he survive this? There's no way a second hook landing, but the shutdown goes to Drew, and it's nice to get the kill, but that's not where you wanted the gold. So unfortunately for Gets on Base, a nice play, but it ends in the wrong person getting the gold.
That reminded me of your Nautilus plays right there.
Well, he didn't ignite, so.
Yeah, true. The infamous Jags Nautilus last hitting.
You mentioned the CS lead top. We're not seeing it grow too much at this point, but definitely still keeping the pressure onto Duck. That kill will be the only advantage increase for the moment. Still looking to fight. Emperor on the bot side will take the scuttle away. We'll spot out Clone. The Dragon and second set of Grubs are both up and available. I think we're going to see Clone and Choffles go for the second set right now.
Yeah, it looks like Grubs should be the move, because if Gets on Base can get all 6, that's a really big condition for their split pushing solo laners. And so Matt's alt accounts is going to roam up and try to fight this. Meanwhile, Drew can't really roam because Ganja got a bad reset. Clone now in a 2-on-3, but Gets on Base is going to be able to get away, and so it looks like Matt's alt accounts should be set up here if they want to take it. And Clone, oh, he turned around. He was going bot side for the Dragon, and he's turned around here. So Emperor, he should start this, but Clone is kind of baiting.
He's roaming down, they may be able to take this fight, but at best they're going to be in a 3v4 off of this. I don't think they can really take this fight without Drew available.
They want to take this fight. It's going to be a 4v5 because Drew and Ganja are not there. The ult from Duck comes through and a stun onto Clone, so already a ton of damage. Clone is in so much trouble, and Reds picks up the early kill, but a counter kill by Emperor. Rez is in a ton of trouble as Riz goes down. Red picking that up. Choffles now in a 1v3, nothing he can really do, and so at the end of the day, Gets on Base does lose the 4v3, and
yeah, unfortunate for Choffles, playing a mean fight, dodging the Ornn out entirely, and then taking down Emperor on the backside. Red's making the Diana power.
Bot side, our Sexy is here, and they're trying to take the Dragon, but Drew is so low, they end up getting the Dragon, but our Sexy with a slow and 2 levels up. Clone is here, so our Sexy could be in trouble as Udyr pops out of stealth, and Ganja is here to deal a bit of damage. He is forced to flash out as our Sexy now potentially overstayed. Both ADs go down, and now Emperor is getting caught because Riz has shown up. So it's a double kill for Udyr. That ends up being it's a 2 for 2, but they get Dragon. It's okay for Gets on Base.
Ganja secured Dragon there.
Yeah. That at least
it was close. I think our
right?
Sexy potentially could have swapped and tried to steal that Dragon out from under them. Decides to go for the kill instead. I do think having that Dragon is important for being able to stall the game out further. But I'm not sure you really want to be stalled out into an Ashe Seraphine comp. That is a dangerous late game to go against. The shields just really get difficult to deal with.
One thing we haven't mentioned is this Diana has 4 kills. This assassin mid lane is fully online at this point in the game. So look for this Diana to be making consistent plays from here to the Nexus exploding, because they are online ready to fuck shit up, you know?
If I couldn't put it better myself, they're definitely looking to fight and fight often.
You mentioned the Ash Seraphine late game being scary. That's not even mentioning the fact that they're going to get ornaments on top of that.
That's true. And actually, Ornn is like slowly turning this lane. And so Chaffle's, you know, really like taking a very even trade there. And this advantage that existed and got him 2 kills is stalling out again. So again, he's 2-0. But what else? And the missing pings go down. It looks like Duck could get another free tower off the Chaffle's roam.
I think we'll see Chaffles run back up, and he may be pinched on the way back to his own lane. Duck moving down.
Yeah, he's definitely caught out here. So much damage burst coming down, he's not even able to flash or use his ultimate. And so the kill going down. I mean, the Proto Belt didn't get used. Just caught out. And Pro and Duck
Yeah, I
with a
think
really
just
nice
making
play
use
for
of the
Matt's
vision.
ultimates.
They see him walk out, and they see him walk back, and they just catch him in the middle.
That is
nice
definitely going
catch out
to secure
from
this
Impro.
Herald for Matt's alt accounts. There's nothing that they can do. Reds is going to look for another solo kill, and a flash over the wall gets Riz out. Red didn't decide to follow. I think
This
if he
is one scary Diana.
yeah, I think if that Diana followed over the wall, it's a guarantee kill. Yeah, what's
Jeez,
I think,
flash.
I'm pushing here for more plates. I mean, the lanes that we're losing are winning now. And granted, our Sexy isn't as far ahead as he was last game, but he's got plenty of gold to be relevant.
Yep, and it's not too hard to execute the Seraphine Ash bot lane. You just stand back with each other and try to keep them from ever getting to you in the first place. Dorothy may be caught out. Clone going to push onto them. Kaylin goes over the top, way on the back end. Drew should be able to land this hook.
Are you ahead of me? You must be ahead of me.
Oh, I went back to live.
I'm at 16, 20, 21. Yeah, I
Oh.
think you probably are. Yeah,
How
Dorothy
are
is
you
caught out.
20
And now
seconds behind live?
everything that Jason said is happening. Does Drew land the hook? He ults onto our Sexy, and the hook lands onto Dorothy, so Fia is caught out. It's almost like you could see into the future.
I'm a genius. Nothing happens. Can you just zoom?
Yeah,
Sorry,
I can catch up. I'll go live.
The,
Oh, you were lying. You're
keep
lying.
looking
Gotcha
bot.
Green is
Keep looking
getting
bot.
destroyed as Emperor and Reds move bot, and they pick up a double kill. They're giving up mid tower, but I think the double kill for Diana is very worth it. Matt's alt accounts looking solid, like good fundamentals, knowing how to dive. Yeah, pretty impressive. And a root is going to go down onto Riz as Fia and our Sexy are here to pick up another kill, disrespecting the range at which they can chase you down from. And Dragon is about to spawn, so they should walk in here and get more kills. But is Clone in trouble? That was a flash from Reds. I'm not sure what that was all about, but a stun goes down. Clone definitely is in trouble. Empro dashing forward. The turret shot is gonna take him down. So it ends up being a 1-for-1 there under tower. Both junglers, I won't say inting, but choosing to die. Chaffles walking into darkness. The flash forward and the stun lands onto Reds, and this Diana is so close to dropping but doesn't. And our Sexy is here to try to help carry this. So much CC landing onto Matt's alt accounts. They actually have to turn around.
Wait,
and Riz is
teleport
here.
in. Could be finding this triple kill on the back end.
Yeah, Reds cannot fight this, so they have to disengage on Matt's alt accounts, but I'm not sure what they can do on the side of Gets on base. It looks like they're just going to elect to take this dragon. So on the back of some skirmish action in the bot side jungle, they are going to successfully get their second dragon of the game, unless Emperor has something to say about it. But it looks
Yeah,
like...
but even though they're taking the second dragon here, I don't think this is much of a win condition for them. It's going to be quite difficult to take the late
Emperor
game
does
dragon
have
fight.
something to
It
say
won't
about
matter.
it. He hops in to steal. Duck is here. He lands the 3-man ultimate, but Emperor burns. Drew surprisingly has not gone down yet, but now Reds and Dorothy are here.
Our Sexy
Reds
alone
dives
back
in,
into the
lands
frame.
the ulti. That's a triple kill already. Clone finds Fia in the back, but the slows coming through on the side of Matt's alt accounts. Clone is going to try and blast cone over, and he does get out, but he doesn't get out. Our Sexy is gonna find him, and that's a 4-for-2 and the steal going over to Matt's alt accounts.
An objective
That's
bounty
brutal.
claimed mid by Choffles taking the outer tower, but I think Tanner, you're correct. It is a brutal fight, and they don't get the dragon. They give up 4 kills. They trade back for a bounty, but it is an unfortunate look for Matt. Gets on base right now, trying to find their way back into this game and keep it from getting out of hand.
Whisper, as a jungler, tell me what it feels like to have your whole team on an objective like that, and then have a Viego just dash out of, basically out of nowhere and steal it from you, and then lose the team fight. That's just got to be one of the worst feelings in the game, right?
I mean, yeah, obviously that feels terrible. I don't know if Gets on Base had vision of Viego coming in. If so, I'd be pretty upset that like nobody was zoning him at all when he was coming in alone like that and making it a 50-50 when it's a 4v1. But he was invisible. I don't know where their vision lied at that point. But either way, that feels really bad. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Meanwhile, on the other side of it, how good does it feel to be the Viego?
Oh,
to sneak
yeah.
in 1 versus 4, like covert ops? And,
Oh yeah,
and
giving
find
your
that?
life for that's like such a mental battle, like mental damage play. Like even you in for that, like you take the dragon when they're 4v1, and then your team wins the team fight in the back end, like
Yeah.
that's FF.
Looking
That's an
good.
FF angle right there.
Now, speaking of next team fight, the arrow lands and Duck is following, but Riz flashes out. Choffles is going for the backline here, so a very split fight as the Seraphine ult across 2, and that's Riz and Drew already down. Chaffles drops, and Matt's ult accounts continue to push through in this fight. It's a double kill for Reds and a double kill for our Sexy as Ganja is forced to flash at the very end of it. 4 for 2 with 3 alive. Can Matt's ult accounts look towards Baron?
I think they are going to. Ganja Green left alone to defend against the waves. I don't think they're going to be able to pressure this Baron at all.
Matt's ult accounts looking clean here in both game 1 and 2, putting their name on the map as a team to be worried about going forward. Yeah, really clean. Really clean.
Yeah, impressive play out of them, and it's only game week 1, and I gotta say, they're looking like they have a lot of synergy here, and I'm excited to see what they can pull out for the rest of the season. Absolutely one to keep your eye on for the rest of the teams in the LCC. Try to find an answer here. We've seen a lot of pressure come out from our Sexy and Fia out of the bot lane, but Red's Awesome really making a name for themselves in both games. Role swapping to mid, but looking great on the Diana and the Annie.
You know, I heard a rumor today that Red's Awesome plays without a mouse pad. And he's performing this without a mouse pad. And I saw a picture of his setup. I think he's on his couch and his monitors are on the floor. Like, he's putting on this show.
With no
and
mouse
like
pad?
that
Yeah.
setup with no mouse pad, like that's impressive, honestly. Imagine what he could do with the mouse pad. Crazy.
Riz able to escape just, with the grand prize that we're giving out, maybe he could buy himself a mouse pad with that prize. Duck looking for the engage here. He's now frontlining for Matt's ult accounts. He's 0-8, but he's still a pretty beefy boy, and he's got a lot of magic resist, which is great into Hui and Kennen. Really the only threat is a melee Udyr or this Caitlyn, who is either got rapid fire, to be fair, so we could see I don't know, we could see that coming out. I think he's itemized really well here, honestly. Matt's ult accounts just a big advantage now. They're up 8k gold. With that steal, they've got 2 dragons, so this isn't a soul fight, it's only the 3rd dragon. They do have Baron. I don't know if I like this play, actually. They're sitting. I think this is great for Gets on Base because they're not using their Baron effectively at all. Gets on Base has honestly really passive vision. If you look at the minimap, it's all on their own side of the map, so they can see everything that they already know. They can't see in front of them, and that's creating a lot of issues. Our Sexy could look with an arrow here. It's a 5v5.
Push
We're
their
gonna
way
see a
forward
brawl.
using the hawk shot as well.
Red's
They
landing
start on the
with
dragon.
poke. Dragon
But if you look
is
at the
starting.
waves, also all the wave pressure is on blue side.
All right, so they concede the dragon after all that. They land the ulti, and Chaffles finds a 4-man stun. Drew is into the back, and R-Sexy is knocked up, but a huge charm landing from Fia and Empro. R-Sexy and Reds are gonna sweep the fight as Matt's ult accounts gets a clean ace in the team fight. It's 5-0, and a great turnaround after a beautiful Kennen engage. It wasn't enough. And Matt's ult accounts should be able to break the base open. If not, it looks like they're not going to go for the end, so they're just going to probably stabilize and get 2 inhibs, is my guess.
Yep, so I think it was worth trying for this point in the game. They try to go for the fight, but the gold advantage built up for Matt's ult accounts is too big to overcome, especially with the double dragon backing it up.
And this team fight power of get Matt's ult account is just so strong.
Yeah,
like
Ash Seraphine is going to be one to keep an eye out for them in the future matches as well, I'm sure.
Yeah, there's so much CC coming out of that team. It's got to be hard to do anything as gets on base.
Right. Nice little play from Chaffles to force the flash out of Reds on the overstay there. It's a small win, but it is a win, so we take those, right?
Yep, there have been bright spots in this roster, but in this matchup against Matt's ult accounts in particular, they're pressuring them in places where they're not prepared to answer in a lot of cases, and they're prepared to answer top, except for right now, Chaffles being flashed upon by Empro.
Flash forward from
Looks like
Empro, the ulti comes out, and Chaffles is going to drop, so Empro and Duck getting his top laner a little bit of revenge for 2 difficult lanes in a row, and now a 12.5k gold lead for Matt's ult accounts. This is looking like it's all but done here. I have caster curse things in the past, but if I have the ability to caster curse a 13k gold lead, that would be incredible. That might be the most powerful thing I've ever done.
Ooh, I didn't even think about that. You were playing tonight? Would I be caster cursing you?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna come back and blame the caster? Like, why did you talk about my game like
Of
this
course.
on the back end?
And it's not anything I did.
Yeah, you're not gonna curse my games.
No.
Yeah, ornaments begin to come through as Duck
What's
hits
the first
level
ornament?
15.
So it's Jock Show onto Ash, and the Trinity Force onto Viego. Interesting items here.
I think
Terminus,
just taking advantage of the massive gold lead.
Yep.
Yeah. If
and
you can't
being
one-shot an
worth
AD
so
carry,
much.
then
Yeah. Big shutdowns on the
I think
side. That's all the
interesting
counts
part. I
available.
wonder if it's intentional to have the upgrade onto the Jock Show as opposed to the damage item.
Could be. We could ask about that.
I think at this point you don't need any more damage. He just needs
Agreed,
to be able to survive like the all-in from Kennen, which I also don't think is really even a problem.
Ooh, engage on
Chaffles
Chaffles.
with a
Emperor
ton
will
of
take him
damage, and he
down.
finds a solo kill on the side. Duck is going to land a beautiful engage, and then on the right side of the fight, Empro and Reds clean up the other side. Drew, Riz, Clone, Chaffles, and Ganja all dropping in a matter of seconds as they get their second ace of the game, and Matt's ult accounts are going to push forward here for the win. It's a 2-0 sweep today. Yeah, really impressive display.